Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's up?
It is going unbelievably well now that I have a cup of coffee in me.
It's so true. Cheers to that. Little Raven
Oh, we
roast in your
got a
cup by
little-
chance?
Look, there it is, exactly Raven Roast.
Mm.
That's actually the only coffee I get because I think I stepped off the caffeine and then I got really back into it, and now I need the strong stuff.
Yeah, the strong stuff's nice.
You know,
They say
Yeah,
it'll
you
put a
got a
little
little-
hair on your chest, but I haven't experienced that yet.
I've been drinking Raven Roast since I was born. Dude.
Clearly.
It looks like you got a little mixture coffee over there. What are you doing? What is that?
I just want a little sweet to it. Got a little sweet tooth. Just a little like sugar-free coffee mate juicer.
Okay.
You know, I don't like to drink my calories, but every now like in the in the evening, just sip one over ice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
real nice.
What you rocking? You rocking French vanilla, a little hazelnut?
It's
What's
hazelnut every time.
Okay.
Hazelnut goes crazy. I don't know what it is, but them nuts are nice.
Okay. Anyway,
What about
Abe,
you,
how
Abe?
are you?
I'm doing good, man. Coming at you from the mobile command center down here in lovely South Carolina. Visiting the parents. That's always good. Getting to be with family and seeing everybody. So I'm doing great. It's beautiful down here. I've been like fishing, getting ready to golf soon too. I'm
Whoa,
great.
now.
Man. I'm energized.
You're a golfer?
I'm not good.
Oh, all right then.
I play.
More than me.
Dude, we live near each other. We should hit a round or two.
I belong to a country club, believe it or not. So if you would like to come play with me, you let me know. We'll play.
Dude, you just got so much better at golf, man. It's crazy.
Damn, it's kind of nice, dude. That's
Dude, Abe, you're
crazy.
so good, dude.
Wow.
You're so good at golf.
Took like 10 off the handicap.
Oh gosh. Oh, anyway, that's exciting. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you guys to share this channel, share the show, because it's going to be a good show. And I won't ask you to do something that I didn't do. I just sent it to everyone in my DMs, and they're coming through. Thank you for showing up. What do you say we get into it?
Is there what we got, Abe?
Sounds good. Well, usually I start off on a negative note. Not this week. This week we're starting off on a positive note. We got some happy gamers out there. So
W.
I believe we can say roll the clip, right?
Roll
We
the
have that
clip.
Approved.
Approved, baby.
Approved.
So there's a game that just launched very recently called Split Fiction. It's very similar to actually games produced by the same developer, It Takes Two, and it's that duo co-op style genre where it's like a platformer puzzle game that requires kind of two people to solve the puzzle together. Very commonly played with like close friends, spouses, girlfriends, things of that nature. Well, the game launched and immediately sold over 1 million copies in its first 48 hours.
Damn.
And part of that is because of a system that they have in the past that's really come to light with this launch, and that's called the Friend Pass. So with this game, it's $49.99 on Steam currently. It's basically reliant upon co-op gameplay, so therefore you kind of figure like it's really $100 because you got to buy 2 copies of the game. But no, if one person owns the game, they can send a friend code to any number of their friends. That allows them to download the full game, and then as long as they're joining a session with the friend that sent them the code, they'd never have to pay for the game. They have one license, and they could play with that friend, and they could complete the entire game. So people have been taking advantage of this, playing the game, enjoying it, and having fun with their friends. And all this experience is brought to you from a game that's published by EA. So a studio that's not known for being very friendly with their wallets came through on this one and delivered a great deal.
Dude. That, like, I got the chills with you reading that, to be honest, because I'm not even joking, dude. Like, in what world are developers giving out free games? Like, that is awesome, man. I freaking love that. And it's not even, you could go one or two ways in a 2-player game like that. You can go, looks like you're going to have to buy another copy, or you can go like this. And it's rare that people go like this. This is awesome, dude. I love hearing this. Did you buy a copy so I could play?
Well, maybe you could get the copy, and then his country club probably evens out things. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I love these type of games, dude. So if you do get it, I would love to play with you. Just letting you know. So.
Yeah, and shout out to the first game in line here, because I didn't play It Takes Two, but I heard very good things, obviously. But the first one that Hazelight Studios, who actually developed these, the first one that they did was a Way Out. Very good, very fun. It was like the same split screen deal. Even back then, that very first project, I guess, is where they, tested this this marketing method. Right, one person has to buy the game, and then someone else gets to play. And Botmont was my friend Code. Shout out our friend Cody. It was a very fun time for stream. I think we sat and beat it in one sitting. So very, very, very good content. I think there's always been a huge hole in the market on just really fun, like co-op single player storyline games. They're very fun to play, but like couch co-oping and like handing controller back and forth is kind of awkward. And so to be able to like service people who enjoy the collaborative experience of gaming and let both people have a hand on the wheel is pretty freaking sick. And it looks like they have continued to just make absolute bangers on this front.
Yeah. And I will tell you too, the thing that surprised me most about this that I didn't know until I kind of learned about it through this iteration, because I've heard of this, like I said, it really came to light with Split Fiction, but it's also, the friend code is cross-platform. They could download it on whatever platform they want. So you don't even have to like go PlayStation to PlayStation or anything. Like you send them the friend code, they could download it on the platform of their choice and play with you. And I just think that's like absolutely incredible and such a good system, because so often now you're seeing people on console versus PC and all that stuff. And just absolutely incredible that you can play that easily with your friends. I mean, what a deal, honestly.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park on this front. And, I would be curious, like, if Hazelight Studios took the time to like pitch this concept to EA, or if EA was behind like the marketing ploy of the one person buys, because something tells me they weren't. Some sneaking suspicion suggests EA probably wasn't the one that was like, you know what, let's do a buy one get one type deal. That's just not really in their nature.
Well, what do you think? Do you think it's possible that the developers like kept it like under wraps, and unless you kind of get it, unless you kind of understand what the game is or understand the needs,
you think they just slipped it under the radar of like the executives who just like don't understand possibly,
dude,
all it took was one success doing this, so, and then they ran it back a couple times. So
I looked into I did some research on that. The developer of this, I guess the lead developer, he's very, very, very forward with his stance on this stuff in the gaming industry. I think it was like 5 years ago at the Game Awards. He like had a rant where he kind of like flipped off the gaming industry and stuff. And I think this is kind of like this is like a non-negotiable thing for him. Cool. This is like, yeah, you want to publish our game? That's fine. This is what we do. We like this system and we're keeping it. I got to get his name. I think it's
Joseph Fares.
Yeah, there you go. There, I was going to say Joseph or something like that.
He used to be a film director, Swedish fellow, and really? That 100% shows, because A Way Out is basically just an homage to multiple films in like the coolest way possible. So if you're a movie buff and you want to get into this kind of genre, that's where you should start.
What? Is there something quick maybe we might be able to pull up? Because now I'm very...
Like a trailer of the game or something? Or
no, not the game. If this guy used to direct movies, is there something that maybe
I don't know.
I never even heard of this guy. But that's
he may not have made English movies, but...
Okay. All right. Well, shout out to, what's his name? Joseph?
Yeah. Joseph Fares. And these are not English movies.
Yeah, they're Swedish.
He made Farson, Zozo, Cops, KOPS, which appears to be a cop show.
Dude, KOPS, love that one.
And Yalla Yalla. So I don't think we've heard of any of these titles before.
Oh, movie night, dude. We'll get into it. We'll check back in on that one.
Subtitles on lock. I like my subtitles.
So you haven't played It Takes Two yet?
No, but yeah, it's about a couple in a relationship, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's like one of those like recommended go-to couple games, like play it with your significant other vibe. Why don't you get Trisha on that, dude?
Because you also have to know how to game.
No, you don't. Not these games.
Bro, I've seen clips of the guy saying, "All right, roll and jump. Roll and jump. All you have to do is roll and jump. See the fan roll and jump."
Baby, I said roll and jump.
That's it. I don't do well with those situations. So, bro, we played Taboo. I'm surprised we're still together. You ever played Taboo? That
I
shit will ruin relationships.
Vaguely remember.
Oh my gosh, bro.
You build IKEA furniture with her?
No. My desk
Oh,
is from IKEA.
okay, good.
Solo endeavor.
If you can't handle Taboo or a video game, IKEA furniture will kill you. You're gonna kill each other.
No. Taboo is crazy. Code Names is a better relationship game. It's a little less.
We got Code Names.
Code Names is fire.
We have Code Names as well.
But anyway, shout out to this guy. I am definitely gonna play It Takes Two. I was hoping to play it with you, but if I got kicked out of that circle, then what are you gonna do?
It's a good game.
Well,
I definitely recommend it.
Pick up a copy of Split Fiction as well, and then you could easily play. He has no choice. He can only play with you if you send him that friend code. He can't play with anyone else.
He doesn't have to play it.
Lock it in.
That's true. He doesn't have to
the
play.
guilt. It's too much.
Oh man! All right, what else we got?
All right, so this is going to sound crazy because this next story is also a positive story about EA of all things, and I can't believe that we're having two positive EA stories back to back in a row, but here we are. This is a title that I love, by the way, and that's some leaks have been coming out from Battlefield 6, and it's currently in its pre-alpha. Now, they're under NDA. They're really not supposed to be leaking this information right now, but people have been reacting so positively to the gameplay and what they're seeing that EA's just letting it rip, and then they're letting these leaks get posted, and they're not taking them down.
You got footage over there or what?
I do have some.
Because I'm gonna be very straightforward with the listeners. They leaked this. EA is leaking things for this game so that they can get feedback for free and also build anticipation for their product. That is not.
They're acting like they didn't leak it.
That's crazy. Oh no, these leaks that we're definitely just gonna leave online and not take down.
Oh, that was not supposed to autoplay. Sorry. Yeah, this first one that I have here that just started blasting into our ears, so I'm gonna turn the volume down massively.
More than that, probably.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go all the way down. This is a leak of the destruction elements that are coming back essentially to Battlefield.
Yeah, and I will say the very last one that had destruction elements was the last good Battlefield, which is BF4. Everything after BF4 was pretty terrible.
What I'll say too, Mark, is I agree with your assessment because when I watched this, I was like, this looks like a dev demoing the game. The way that they're doing this.
Oh yeah, if it's bad gameplay too, yeah, it's a dev locked in. Here we go.
All right, here we go. So I want you to pay attention to just how they're framing the destruction of this. Like it's obviously done to show it off.
Oh yeah, this dude's like running down a hallway and some tank is blowing holes in the side of a brick building and then it collapses as he pulls out. Very crazy. That looks really good though. I mean, it
looks great.
If it runs well with that level of destruction, they're definitely cooking.
Does that really look that good?
Well, if you go back and you look at the destruction, quote unquote, for BFBC2 or BF4, it looks much worse than that. I think those things are very taxing on
for sure.
Yeah, on the server, on the system, and I don't know how they're doing it, or what the plan is. I think what is the engine? It's like Frost line.
Frost. I think it's Frost. It was
engine
some
for Battlefield.
Awesome.
Yeah, Frostbite engine. So I don't know if they made significant updates to it because again, like this is like the people. So it's published by EA, but there's also an internal team from EA that works on this as a dev, and then the multiplayer component is DICE. That's usually the way things work out. I assume that's what's happening here. But yeah, they have their own internal engine. What I've seen from it recently is not that impressive. I think they really focused on like the weather effects, which is something that people enjoyed from BF4, but they doubled down on it in such a weird way for the most recent iteration, 2042. And then on top of that, they're just like, they tried to make it a hero shooter to an extent where, instead of a class-based system, I think they learned a valuable lesson there. And I also think their map design combined with like nonstop bots to fill these maps was not the right choice. I hope they learned a lot of lessons, and I absolutely do believe that they could bring this back to something that resembles the battlefields that we enjoyed once upon a time. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but if it ends up being a meaningful project on that front, and they actually service their audience, then I would be stoked to see that. It would make me super happy.
So what was the last Battlefield you said that was good?
Battlefield 4.
And then there was more Battlefields in between that and 5, correct? It didn't just go to 5, or did it go to 5?
No, there's Hardline in between the two.
Sorry, 2.
Okay.
There's
and there's also Battlefield 1.
Yeah, there's Battlefield Hardline. Then there's Battlefield 1, which was the World War One, and they had some like cool vehicle stuff. But it was all on rails, which felt very weird. You couldn't like go get a vehicle and then take off. You couldn't like take off and land a plane. You would just spawn into it. It'd be in the sky already. Not very satisfying. And it was like that for a lot of it. So I think most people were pretty disenfranchised on that point.
The weaponry was also, not great in World War One, so it's kind of hard to design a shooter around that, because it's not like it was advanced enough that you had automatic weaponry and things, but not.
I actually think that on that front, it's preferred. When you have weapons that are slightly worse than like modern day juice, what ends up happening is it doesn't feel artificial when you are extending the fights, right?
Okay.
And extended fights, maybe it's a little bit less meaningful for a game where there's so many kills per round, right? Like Battlefield, where it's like you could go on like a 10+ spree.
Yep.
But fights where it feels like you are actually battling someone are always more satisfying. Even if you lose, you felt like you participated in it, rather than you spawn and you just instantly get mowed down by some ultra precise high rate of fire bullshit that's modern. You know what I mean?
But isn't that the name of these games?
Modern?
Like, it's almost like I guess your kill count is cool in these games, but like it's not even. It doesn't matter. You could have 0 kills or 100 kills, and you can still win this type of game mode or lose this type of game mode.
For sure, it depends on the mode.
Okay,
there's multiple modes in Battlefield historically.
Okay,
you can have like a death match or a ticket system, which is specifically based on the number of kills or deaths necessarily. Okay. Or you could have some domination, right, where it's like you are capturing objectives, and then sitting and holding those objectives allows you to rack up points in addition to
headquarters.
Yeah, there's a bunch, or there's like the kind where it's like you have a certain time period to capture 2 points, and then if the attackers capture those 2 points, it moves to the next set of 2 points, and you kind of move through a map that way. And if the defenders stop you at any point, they win.
That's like Hell Let Loose.
Yeah, similar, I think.
I haven't really played Hell Let Loose in a long time, but it probably.
Yeah, dude.
I think there's a bunch of great game modes that are all very fun for Battlefield. I think the thing that is most lacking is map, spawn, and then again, I think I would like to see some fresh game modes. I personally think that these like massive get a few kills, die, respawn, run back are very played out. Like, we've had these experiences for so long in so many different ways. Like, if you've been gaming for a while, it 100% gets old, and figuring out a way to breathe some new life into it. And I think that was their thought process behind what they attempted with 2042, but they definitely didn't go the right way with it. So I'd like to see them do some testing, but also, again, double down on the reason why people play these games in the first place.
Well, I think that I might piss some people off right now, but I met the other day a couple of gamers who I totally forgot these type of gamers exist. So just to lay down the foundation for those listening, I'm used to gamers like Markstrom. I spend a lot of time with Markstrom. He games and streams for a living. So he's not gaming to escape. He's actually gaming to be super present and deliver content. I met these gamers the other day, and they like, I get home from work, I want to sit on the couch, not think about anything. I just want to shoot people in the head.
Yep. That's
It's
what
like, there
COD's
is
made for.
That's exactly. There's
100%.
a lot of people that want that game.
That's why the
mode. It's just
hitbox
elite
is you
people.
could shoot some guy 2 feet left of his head and you're still getting a headshot. So that people who play very casually at the end of the day with their brain turned off entirely still feel good and get the dopamine hit. Like, oh yeah, I roasted that guy. Like, all right, well, good for you, man. And I listen, and that has to exist. There's plenty of people who play games that way.
Plenty. That's what I'm saying. Like, that audience is gigantic.
Yeah,
So
I will say
think that
though,
game, go for it.
Battlefield probably floats both boats here.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's
I would
somewhere in the
absolutely
middle between that guy and the guy playing Tarkov.
agree. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. And if you can figure out ways to make both of those gamers satisfied with their experience, I mean, that's your win condition.
So historically, it's been my favorite style FPS. Like I at least competitive FPS I play. I always got into the Battlefield games, especially some of the ones like 2142, Bad Company 2. Like some
Yeah,
of
I've
those were
seen
just
you
so
play
much
Counter
fun.
Strike, and Battlefield's right up your alley.
Exactly. I didn't do that bad our last little community day. I actually wasn't doing that bad.
I'm just playing.
But no, I mean, this has been my favorite. For that reason, it's not just run around and shoot people the whole time. There's a little bit of like tact to it.
Yeah,
As far as like capturing objectives, there's more to it. It's just
having to
pray
think,
that this game comes back.
having to think and have strategy and good comms and stuff is definitely paramount. And if you can give a win condition to people who are not like, you know, CS level aim and reflexes and stuff like that, then that's awesome, right? And I also think there's like this cool level of, if you have a map that's big and dope, make the vehicle super skill based. You know, if people get crazy at the vehicles, like, they should be dope, but also make killing the vehicles feel skill based, and really just
Yeah.
constantly going back and forth between, you know, does this increase the skill ceiling, letting people have that sense of accomplishment with getting better at the game. Like, that should be there. And I think historically Battlefield does a good job of rewarding those people, because sometimes you'll be in a match and there's this guy on like a tank or like an attack helicopter, and they are dominating the gameplay and they're on some insane streak, and it's just like, man, how do we get rid of this guy? And then you know, like, everyone starts swapping their setups to be able to like kill the vehicles, and then the guy who does it, like, that dude's a hero. And you know what I mean? And it's like, creating those moments are what Battlefield's all about, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the game, there's still plenty of juice left in like the community that wants this kind of game. It's just whether or not they can deliver effectively. And their track record as of late, not good.
Very bad. I would say very bad. Not even not good. Very bad.
Is it very bad amongst like our circle?
No, it's
Or
very
is it-
bad amongst everybody. It's
Really? Like, so-
especially bad for us, but like, even the people that are meant to enjoy Battlefield really
Yeah.
dislike 2042.
Oh man.
The maps were very poorly made. They really doubled down on this weather thing, like it was going to make or break the gameplay, and it just was like such an auxiliary part of it that just like, it kind of mattered, but it also didn't. And so the first few maps, like when the game launched, the first few maps were not satisfying to play, and they permanently were filled with bots.
What do you mean? Like what? How?
Like actual, like, they would be like 60 people, 80 people, and like 50 some would be bots, and you'd have a few real players.
Is that because of population was low, or what would the reason for that be?
What I think is they had such terrible performance to begin with that they only wanted a certain amount of actual people connected to the server for the sake of
Oh,
like
God.
network fidelity.
Really?
Yeah. It's, you know, it's like Tarkov. It's, you know, we have this like condensed version because the infrastructure sucks. Rather than some open world with a ton of people, all we can do is like 8 or 10 human beings, and the rest are just AI. It's like that
but
same concept. It's just that the AI is just on your team and they're like fighting each other. And
But you can't how would devs sleep at night if that's not a proven thing, and if that's not a forthcoming thing and something that they said, yo, we're going to do this? How do you sleep at night as like a developer? Like, oh
because the
god,
data
people
set
are
by
gonna.
EA and the stockholders are king, man.
That's crazy, dude. That's
And the
crazy.
people working for as devs for that company just want to keep their job.
Yeah, you're
Massive
right.
layoffs in EA over the last couple of years.
Oh Jesus,
It
I think
affected
that
our good
timeline.
friend,
our good friend.
Poods.
Yes,
Yeah.
that good friend. Oh yeah.
I
He's
think
doing
that
all right, though.
timeline effect also made them, not have the regular destructible environments that you were used to because they couldn't get them ready in time. So you didn't see, the destructible buildings like you had. There was like predetermined buildings and spots
Yeah.
could be destroyed, not everything, which is what you're used to, is being able to literally break any building. And that class system, instead of doing, the nameless
Which is
soldier
something
class,
no one asked for. Nobody
yeah, they
wanted in
really
that game.
absolutely. Well, they want somebody wanted it. EA wanted to be able to sell skins, so
Correct.
they wanted.
And they wanted characters to they were like, yeah, how do people sell microtransactions? And they're approaching it from the angle of a game that is free to play and people actually enjoy before they buy skins. But instead, they're putting $100 price tag on it first to be able to play early, blah, blah, blah. And then you still want to make you want to buy micros, right? And so it's hey, let's make these characters, let's make them all unique, and then sell skins individually for them so that we can really flesh this whole thing out.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And Battlefield's historically a darker series. It's not a happy go. And it was very jarring to go from these. It was supposed to be the world was ending, this weather was destroying the natural resources and stuff. And then at the end of the round, it would be this. It would be haha, really? I hit you with that shot, teehee. And you're like, what
It's
is going on here?
very goofy and cartoonish. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
they drew inspiration from hero shooters like Overwatch and stuff, and it's just why?
Because it's so hot right now.
Idiots, actual idiots. So I don't know. Again, hopefully they learn their lesson. I just wish at some point someone would just prioritize making the game actually good rather than figuring out and changing gameplay mechanics to leverage future monetization.
I think that is understandable.
That's my
We'll see
dream. I think it's
We'll see
getting
if that
crushed.
happens.
I don't know.
Probably not this one, but we'll see if that happens next one. What else we got, Abe?
Well, this will be a quick hitter, but I want to touch on a couple of things of this. So the mobile game, the mobile game giant, I would say, Pokemon Go, the company that makes that, which is Niantic.
Yeah.
They just sold all their assets to a company called Scopely. Niantic sold for $3.5 billion. They did have some other bigger mobile titles like Pikmin Bloom and Monster Hunter now, but I'm sure if I say those, that's not gonna people aren't just gonna turn their head and act like they know what they are. It was really for Pokemon Go. It was that big that they were able to get quite a price tag for it, $3.5 billion with a B dollars.
Well, how does this work? So, what's the company? Niantic?
Yeah,
Niantic.
So, do they have a lease on some of the creative IP from Pokemon? How does this work?
Niantic, I believe, they partnered with the folks over at Pokemon to be able to make this game. And I read an announcement also on the Niantic website in addition to just some articles about this. And I believe the Niantic Pokemon Go team is staying on board with Scopely intact fully. That was a big part of, I guess, what they negotiated. So they will continue to be the ones that support Pokemon Go after the acquisition. But overall, Niantic and all its assets were acquired by Scopely. So basically, they get everything they've created.
I get that. I understand that. I'm saying how much of that 3.5 billion goes to Pokemon or whoever is the owner of Pokemon.
No, I think so Niantic Labs is that was started at Google, and because they're in San Francisco. Pokemon is still owned by Nintendo and Game Freak and Creatures Inc., right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe Niantic just like licensed
Yeah.
like the use of Pokemon for their thing, right?
Okay.
And then for Pokemon Go, which then got bought. So none of them, I don't think any of this money is touching those companies. It's just touching,
I get.
the
get it.
owner of Niantic
Like
specifically.
if a landlord's renting a house and the people who are renting it just swap with another renter without
Correct.
like, the landlord could possibly be like, nope, I'm up in the rent, but it's
I don't
no
think their deal
really
is structured
business.
that way for them to have the
statement-
ability to do that. I don't think
the
anyone
statement-
expected Pokemon Go to be that big of a hit, like when it
What?
like originally. When they were making, because it was really one of the first beginnings of augmented reality that people actually used. There just like wasn't. Of course, it blew up and turned into something massive,
Gigantic, dude.
but I don't think people like there was no precedent set for something like that.
I
It
guess
looks
you're
like the
right.
statement, Slum, from the Ed Wu, who was the lead developer of Pokemon Go at Niantic, was that basically their partners of the Pokemon Company have confirmed that their partnership with the Pokemon Company will continue as it has for
Yeah.
the last decade.
So
So
it's
I guess they
gonna
just
keep
bought the
going.
rights that they had to.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's going to dissolve. It's going to just keep going. They just want to make some of
Correct.
that money.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that there's a lot of negative press about this too, this move, because Scopely, who does like Monopoly Go and some other big like board
Mhm.
game based mobile games,
I'm sure they have
is
some
apparently-
bullshit monetization in that.
Correct. Their monetization model is basically just throwing ads at you that interrupt your
Yeah.
gameplay and constantly pop up.
That's
so
unlucky.
people are a little worried about the direction of Pokemon Go after that, just knowing what Scopely's monetization model.
Yeah, but they're on the tail end of it anyway, dude. Like this is
It's the time.
Pokemon Go is it's definitely the time to sell. Pokemon Go is not where it was. Like,
Yeah, I
so-
mean, and 3.5 billion. How do you? I mean, that's crazy.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's a great deal.
oh my gosh, insane bag. Get the bag, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, it's a cool game, and I also think it was a really cool way to incentivize people to go outside and go on walks and be a little healthier. I mean, seriously, this really
that's
breathed.
huge.
Yeah, I mean, this really breathed life into. I mean, there's a whole genre of this now. I don't know if you know, but like, there's tons of projects that are now go out, walk around. This is augmented reality. You're playing an RPG in your own world, but it's like through the lens of the phone. It's really cool. And
Oh,
again, it's
gonna
very
be through-
active.
It's gonna be through the glasses soon enough,
Correct.
and then
Yeah.
through your brain chip.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then through your butt chip.
Yep.
That's the next step that they don't tell you about.
But once you get
You're
plugged
first
in,
in line
dude,
for that
that's
one.
the
You
robots
know
are gonna
it's, son.
love. Robots are gonna love keeping you going around catching Pokemon while they're farming your energy. You know.
Love that.
Directly from the butt.
Plug me in, baby.
Anyway, yeah, but you are right. I totally forgot about that aspect of Pokemon Go. It did like get people outside
Mhm.
and walking around, and
Yeah.
even like people were like, "Oh my god, there's a Pikachu in the park." They stormed the park, dude.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
crazy. People were going nuts when this
Yep.
came out. Absolutely nuts. Grown men too.
Well.
Doesn't make sense.
Semi-grown men.
Yeah, I guess so. What else we got, Abe?
All right, so we got three kind of, let's call it, follow-ups in a row here. This first one, I'm gonna let you introduce this, Slum, because I believe we have a celebrity appearance in what we're about to present. But we have a live review of the, or I guess not live review, but we have a review of the Thin Mint Frosty.
Yeah, so
Nice.
those listeners right now, the live listeners, if you remember 2 episodes, or technically 1 episode ago, but we had to take a week off. We were talking about some fast food, specifically the Thin Mint Frosty from Wendy's. And Markstrom and I had different feelings on this, but me and Trish went to Wendy's the other night and totally forgot about the Thin Mint Frosty, but then I pulled up and I saw it and I was like, oh, we got to get a little video of this. So
You want me to
Got
rip?
it.
Do you just want me to rip the whole thing?
rip the whole thing, dude.
Tell me if the volume's good.
Up.
Oh, okay.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge. So we pull up. Through Trisha's dirty window, you could see the Thin Mint Frosty.
You turn it up a little more, Abe.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, could I have a Thin Mint Frosty?
What size? Small, medium, or large?
Could I do a medium?
Is that all?
Could I have one Baconator, please?
A Baconator?
You
Yes,
fat
please. Just a
fuck.
sandwich.
Anything else?
Could I also have 20 spicy
You
nuggets, please?
fat
20?
Yep. And some honey mustard, please.
You said honey mustard?
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That will complete our order.
All right, 2056.
Thank you so much.
You know they
Should've
gave
had,
you at
like,
least 3 people
something
worth of
that said
silverware.
Thin Mint, but
Well, from what we learned in the podcast, it's not actually chunks of Thin Mint. It's Thin Mint fudge.
oh, so it's just chocolate with fudge?
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought too.
I thought I was gonna have like pieces of Thin Mint
That's
in
what
it.
I said. And then Marksham was like, I might actually prefer the fudge only. I was
All
like,
right.
What's wrong with you?
No one prefers that.
No, that's what I said.
Marshman does.
No one.
Here. I don't know if it is it a straw drink or is it
I'm gonna try to make it a straw drink.
okay.
It looks too thick for a straw. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought.
The straw experiment did not last long.
Oh, wait,
Instantly.
The fudge is like little cookies.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come at Markstrom like that.
He was trying to stick up for the drink for no reason. When we all know what would have been better.
Well.
That was a quick head shake.
Pieces of
Yeah.
She's about it, dude.
My turn's next.
Oh, Jesus. That's great.
Yeah, dude.
Very nice.
It actually had some chunks
You
in
get a
it.
little
and it was-
taste, or she
it
bite your
was
fingers?
It was pretty good. She
All
let
right.
me have some. They weren't necessarily chunks. It was almost like sand,
Okay.
but not sand. You know what I mean?
Or like bags of sand.
Like bags of sand. And honestly, it looked pretty similar to what you're showing on the screen right now, dude. Like that usually you get, I don't know if you guys remember a couple episodes ago, the Subway Oreo footlong. Terrible in
Look
person.
terrible. Yeah.
Look terrible.
Yeah.
But this is actually, it looks quite similar to what it does look like in person.
Photorealistic
So,
advert. Love that.
bro, you know me. I'm always all about Wendy's, so I think this is a dub for Wendy's.
Good for them.
Good for them.
I
It was
was gonna
was,
say I haven't been to
pointed
a
out-
Wendy's, so I don't know. I didn't get the opportunity to give her a whirly bird, but
It was pointed out to me though, guys, by a little guy named Shank.
Yeah.
That this is terrible timing for Wendy's because it's going up against the Shamrock Shake right now.
that's
And,
true.
You know, it's a mint-based, ice cream drink. Shamrock Shake's going to win 9 times out of 10.
You think?
That's what the word on the streets are.
People are really anti-food dye right now, so I don't know.
Ooh.
People are very
Does,
anti the dye.
Does Chick-fil-A have some type of Shamrock Shake?
Not that I know of.
They do shakes. I don't know if they have like a mint one or anything.
You know
bet
what's
they do
good?
shakes. What's good?
Just the plain little ice cream cone, like the vanilla ice cream cone from Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a little soft serve.
That's nice, bro.
No, did you know?
I'm listening.
You keep this in mind for
You got
when
the inside
your
track. What do you got?
boy gets a little bigger. Get the kids meal,
Okay.
and if he's being good, and if you're okay with it, you can trade in the little toy for a little soft serve.
No.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's a deal.
Yep.
And
guys
he
like
doesn't have to
chocolate?
get the microplastics from trying to eat that toy.
Well,
W.
Chick-fil-A usually does like a nice book, or Chick-fil-A kind of has some cool toys. Like,
Yeah?
like paper art that you fold around and
Okay.
like engaging stuff or a
Interactive.
book.
Yeah, good.
Yep. And I had a cow watch one time. It's cool. But you can trade in the toy.
Eat
for an
more
ice cream.
chicken, baby.
Yep.
So you guys are soft, sir. You guys are soft.
I
are
love
you
a good soft
serve?
I like everything ice cream.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys
that
are-
reminds me.
Hmm.
Bro,
What?
2 days ago, I juiced up a couple of the pints for my Ninja Creamy. I'm about to spin her up tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you got to do them in
What do you
advance.
make?
You got to need 24 hours in the freezer first.
Are you messing with me, dude? Are you messing with me right now?
No.
This is the best segue ever. You know that there's a soft serve Ninja Creamy now, right?
Wait.
Wait, what? What?
I got news
Why
for
am I
you.
lost right now?
I got news
You-
for you. Hold on.
All right. What do we got? What do we got?
It is called the Ninja Creamy Swirl, and it takes everything that you do in the Ninja Creamy and it produces soft serve. ice cream.
But does it have like the
Wow.
satisfying, like pull the lever and like juice it around in a circle?
Come
If you're
on.
looking right here, I mean, I
Oh, there's
think
a
that this
lever
thing
on
looks
it.
the same way, and it's got a lever
Let's
for when you
go!
can dispense soft serve, dude.
Nice. Well, that's unlucky because I got a Ninja Creamy and it's not that.
That's
I don't
okay,
have this
dude.
either. I also have Ninja Creamy.
I got the OG, I
Alright.
guess. I don't know.
For those who didn't get the OG, we can get the new one. What's up?
Yeah.
What did you make last night, or what flavor are we working with?
Yeah, I go so Fairlife milk,
Okay.
very tasty, like the protein juicer.
Yeah.
Then a scoop or two. I think I actually did 2 per each thing
Yeah.
of Rocky Road Optimum Nutrition
Okay.
protein, and
Yeah.
then a little chocolate pudding mix, and that adds
Sugar-free?
xanthan gum
Like
to it,
powder?
sugar free. Yep, powder,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's what gives it like the fluff and the volume to it. And
Okay.
so you mix all that up, and then you let it freeze in the little juicer, and then when you're ready to eat, you spin it, and you can spin like half or the whole thing. So you can like spin half and leave half frozen and put it back
Yeah.
in the freezer if you don't want the whole thing.
Yeah. And then you whip it up when you're ready, and it's fresh ice cream.
Yeah,
Wow.
real nice.
You want a
And
little bit of
obviously the
sugar?
macros put with that in there is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We're in the future, dude.
That's what I'm
If you want a
saying.
little bit of a trick too, now what I make all the time, and this is it doesn't have the protein element to it, but it's a much healthier dessert treat. Is you could just get a regular ass mango, right?
Yep.
And just slice it nice
Yep.
and thin, and then layer that in there and let that freeze, and just put it on the sorbet setting, and it has the texture of actual ice cream, and it's just 100% mango, nothing
Yep.
added to it, and it's
Wow.
delicious.
So
That
it'll
is
be
true.
like water ice.
Yeah.
No, but
Oh,
it's
wait,
like
ice
it's got
cream or
like
is
an
it water ice?
it's more water ice than it is ice cream, but
Yeah.
it's got because of the fruit, it becomes like it has the texture of ice cream.
That's interesting.
Got a little fluff to it for sure. You can do that with a banana. You can do it with a bunch
I
of
might have
things.
to get one of these, dude.
They're pretty
Dude, it's
sweet.
great. That's
Well,
great.
I just paid for 2 gigantic trees to be excavated out of my backyard, so maybe next year.
You're also paying for a baby coming up. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm having a
there's
baby.
that too.
Forgot about
I
that
hear
one.
those are expensive.
Since we're talking about food hacks, did I tell you what I made for breakfast this week?
What'd you make?
Dude. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
A dozen full eggs,
Okay.
half a dozen whites
Okay.
thrown into a blender,
Yeah.
a tub of cottage cheese into the blender,
Uh-huh.
2 servings of mozzarella cheese into the blender.
Mhm.
You blend it up.
Mhm.
You get 2 muffin trays. You pour it into the muffin trays.
Mhm.
And you cook 4 turkey bacon strips, chop them up, sprinkle them evenly.
Mhm.
You get a water bath at the bottom of your oven.
Mhm.
You throw the muffin trays into the oven, 35 minutes, and you get these beautiful, fluffy, juicy egg bites.
Yeah, like little quiches. That's nice.
A little egg
Yup.
souffle, a little souffle
Yup.
with that water bath.
Bro.
Oh
it's-
yeah.
I don't know why I'd never tried that before. I was eating one from Wawa, and I was like, I could probably make these.
Yeah.
So breakfast, just like that. And I put them in Ziploc bags. So in the morning, I just throw the Ziploc bag in the microwave, get all those microplastics
Let's
as I heat it up,
go, dude.
keep it nice and moist and beautiful.
Hell
Love
yeah,
it,
brother.
man. Yep, it's good breakfast right there. So for all those preppers out there, not that kind of prepper, but the food prepper, give it a shot if you're interested to switch it up.
I dehydrate
And
it
then I'm
too.
Yeah.
gonna check out these ice creameries, man. I might actually have to put it on.
Dude, good
the,
luck. As long
shower
as it's
list.
very hard to buy these right now. They are a very hot item and they are sold out all over the place. I'm not joking.
My
I was trying to
mom-
buy one of
my
these
mom will
one of
take
these for
care of it.
Christmas.
That's
for somebody
actually
new.
true. They said the same thing about the PS5, and Dom's mom came through bigly.
All right, well, I didn't know you had to hook up. All right.
Literally brought it home. Didn't talk to anyone. Didn't know I was looking for one. Didn't know shit. Literally bought it, brought it home, said to Dom, "Yo, Marshall, need one of these?"
Crazy. Because she knew for some reason, she knew they were, she knew.
Hot commodity.
Yep, she knew they were a hot commodity. And she knew who you were, so, you know, she knew you could use one.
I'm also a hot
Yeah, I
commodity.
guess so. You're right. They are kind of sold out.
Dude, they're
All right.
tough to get. They are tough to get.
I'll find one.
They also make a slushy maker too, which I've been dying to get my hands on. So.
Slushy, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, before we talk about more food or
I'm
drink,
starving.
I know. What else we got, dude?
So I got a quick hitter update. Remember that asteroid that was supposed to hit us?
Yeah.
It had it's now got a 0.004% chance of hitting us as
That was
per
less,
NASA's
right?
last. Yeah, that's NASA's last projection. So I think we're good, guys. I don't think we have to worry about getting crushed by this asteroid.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There is a chance, 0.004% chance, but there is a chance
All right.
that this thing still smacks
Yeah, but
us.
it
and we
was
might
a
have to
bigger. It was a
arm
It was
again.
much
greater
bigger,
change.
yeah.
Not much bigger, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I guess it
Yeah.
was like 0.3.
Yeah, at
That's
one
more
point
than
it had
100-fold.
a 1 in 30 or 1 in 28 chance or something like that. At one point,
Yeah.
it got pretty high. It got pretty high.
All right. We're chilling.
Someone was asking me the other day. He's like, "What do you think about these billionaires and their bunkers?" He's like, "Would you get one?" And I was like, "Bro, what? What? Explain. Take it further for me. What's the world like after I come out of my bunker? He was like, well, what if it was like I Am Legend? And I'm like, nah, man, I probably wouldn't do the bunker then, man. I'd probably just say wipe me out. Cause are you that guy? Are you prepared to be that guy? Like how Will Smith was in I Am Legend? And he's like, nah, probably not. I'm like, yeah, well then what are you gonna do, dude? You're gonna eat your 3 years worth of food, you're gonna come out and you're gonna get one tapped.
Yep.
That's it, you're done.
Yep.
So I'm like, nah,
You
I
spend
probably
your
wouldn't
3
do the
years
bunker.
getting real soft in that bunker.
100%.
Yeah.
Same thing with like these asteroids. It's like, well, you could protect from the but what's the world like when you're if it doesn't blow
Nah,
up
you
the
gotta
world,
plan for a lifetime in the bunker. If you don't got that, you gotta go. That's either fallout or
lifetime in the
bust.
bunker.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need multiple generations of bunkering.
Not necessarily. Just two. Me and my son, and then my son. You're gonna have to figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
You know
Now it's a you
if the
problem.
dinosaurs had some bunkers.
It's a you problem, bro.
Just saying, if the dinosaurs had some bunkers, maybe we wouldn't need to just make movies about them and resurrect them from mosquitoes.
Yeah, we
Maybe
could be
they stick
riding them
around.
around right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd coexist, dude.
You don't think? You think they would have taken us
Fuck
out?
No.
Mm.
No way we'd coexist.
It'd be cool
No
though.
way.
One day.
It would be cool. It would be very cool.
Hey, listen, Slum. Life finds a way. All right.
I think I've seen that movie before.
All right.
What else we got, dude?
All right, so I'm looking at the time. I want to end on this one, Ted. I have some more asteroid stuff. We'll talk about it next week or something. But I want to end on this one because this is a travesty. I got some terrible news, and it is that after 54 years, 54 years, Southwest Airlines, they're getting rid of the free check bag.
No.
Yeah,
That was the only reason people rode Southwest.
I know.
What are they gonna pitch now?
I
Same
don't
thing
know.
everyone else pitches.
You
Yeah,
gotta go through
but-
that Mickey Mouse show, get your number and thing assigned to you. Like you don't just get a seat.
Southwest is
And-
the cattle fucking. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have an assigned seat. You have based on when you check into your flight, you get a number. Brutal, and then you pick your own seat, and everyone and the dude and like the 20 people around you are like trying to like eyeball your phone in the line to see like, are you really ahead of them in the number thing,
Bro,
or are you
it's
just pretending to be?
Come on.
It's
so
bullshit, and it
accurate.
happens all the time.
Yeah. You know what?
That's
It's
so
like it's like
It's like you look at my phone right now, old lady. I'm in front of you. Bullshit.
It reminds me when like you can't find the remote and you're like, hey, you sitting on that remote, and you just never believe them no matter what they say.
Yeah.
Like that's the same.
Well,
it's the
there's
same
a reason. It's because Alexandra's always
It's
sitting on the remote after she tells me she
usually
isn't
under-
every time, dude. Like batting 1,000. It's crazy.
It's usually under those
It's
legs.
always under there.
Yeah.
It's
Great.
just like
What
those
can you do?
people are usually a fucking higher number.
I'm definitely the guy who here's the thing. I don't rush in and then start nudging people. I get there 2 hours early and I stand there 2 hours early. Because
That's
I'm
crazy.
not I know it's crazy, but
You
now
stand
I'm
at the
also
gate?
not the guy. I'm not the guy that, okay, we're boarding, and I rush in and body everyone. I'm the guy that's been standing there nicely in no one's way
Yeah. Okay.
where you're allowed to stand, but not be inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not
Inconvenient
blocking.
people. Not blocking. Enjoying my personal space. I'm that guy who's been standing there for 2 hours.
You're the guy getting
Now, if
bum
you
rushed,
guys-
though.
Now, if you
You
guys
go to
don't
the
come
gate?
near me and you like, you guys are the
You
people.
can do that, not at
Mhm.
Southwest, though. At Southwest, you're getting shuffled.
I got to
Yeah.
shuffle.
Yeah.
I
But
fucking
wait,
shuffle
still-
my elbow into someone's face. How about that?
Slum, you're waiting 2 hours at the gate?
And 2 hours is a bit exaggerated. Probably I'll probably get up and stand with like an hour, 45 minutes.
That
yeah.
is wild. I'm
Bro.
like,
Yeah,
I go to the gate
that's the
last
worst
minute.
for me. That's the worst part. I'm too anxious. I'm thinking about, are they going to let me board in group 1 even though I'm group 6? I try it every time. I've only been called out. Only been called out once, so my record's pretty good. Are they going to catch me this time? Is my bag going to get checked because
You ever
everyone
consider
took
just
overhead
getting a
space?
ticket that boards Group 1 and you don't have to be anxious? Or get there
Good for
early?
Some people don't. Some airlines you can only get priority boarding if you do like the fucking business class, first
Yeah.
class.
Well, that's
hear
it, does it? Do you not have lounge access anymore? Do you got a lounge you can get into?
Bro,
If you got a credit card with a lounge.
I'm almost done with airplanes, bro.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing.
These airlines. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, like, you getting there 2 hours early doesn't even fucking matter right now because there's not a flight on Earth that's going out on time currently. I just flew to Florida, bro. It was a there one day, back the next, right?
Yeah.
Already way too much travel in a 2 day period. But beyond that, to get there, my flight was delayed 5 hours at an airport 10 minutes from my house, and I'm just held hostage.
Yeah.
Just sitting there,
Oh, you know
waiting
where you-
as it
you know
gets
where you-
pushed back 1 more hour.
Oh,
One
yeah.
more hour.
Yeah.
1 more hour.
You know where you fucked up?
Where's that?
Trying to fly an airplane right now, dude.
I know, bro.
These guys look.
It was a gift,
We're taking
man.
away. We're taking away the free check bag. It's an airliner can literally have a marketing slogan. Airliner, we crash less than the other guys,
Yeah.
and you will skyrocket in sales. All of them suck. They all suck.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
care
bad
about
out
the
there.
bag. I've never flown
Everything's just
Southwest.
shrinking. Everything about your experience is shrinking. The amount of shit they give you when you're on the plane, the
Oh.
room that you have, the room that you have to put your bag in, everything's getting smaller except for the fucking people. All right, we're all getting bigger.
That's
and
true.
The planes and everything else are getting smaller.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, I fly on an airline lately, bro. I've been doing Frontier because they got some straight through flights
Mm.
from here to Florida. They don't need. They're
How long? How long
They're
is
cheap
the flight?
too.
oh, that's not bad. Hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay. Anything less than 2, I'll take a
Yeah,
super.
like an
shit
hour
airline.
and 25 minutes or something. and-
Yeah.
yeah, and like that's
No, they're
fine.
a good price,
They should pull
Frontier.
the chairs out of those flights, dude.
You
Stand.
just let them stand.
100%,
Little,
dude.
little holder, little juicer
Yup.
up there.
The subway
Yup.
holder for when you land.
Absolutely. You probably fit more people on.
Definitely
Probably
fit more
would.
people on. Cut the cost.
Get rid of the bathroom too.
Can't fly with a child that way though.
Well,
Little
you
wall
could.
straps, just like
Yeah, I was gonna say, good. Oh no, it could be like when you go to like the fair, like the thing that spins around, they strap you upwards.
that's what I'm saying.
Gravitron.
Yeah. Okay, it could be like that.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
If you're with child.
I'm just saying, that's fine, but they don't even give you a snack or a bet. Like if you want anything, you're paying for it.
Of course.
Well, you say of course, but it's the only one that doesn't do it right now, as far as I know. Like all the other airlines, like Delta still gives you a bev and a little snacky. And JetBlue
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
does.
You're right. Like a little
Yep.
little biscuit.
A little
American does-
biscuit. They don't do peanuts anymore, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because I'm a big peanut enjoyer. But what can you do?
American gives you the little
Bunch of
bag
teddies out
pretzels.
there not breathing. It is what it is, I guess.
Okay, so inconsiderate.
I know.
Did I tell you when I went first class with American? Shit was nice.
Was it
dude.
nice?
Shit was nice.
Was it
bro.
nice enough for you not to think about what it cost?
It was. The price
points?
was worth it somehow.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
price was worth it somehow.
Sometimes you get a little upgrade juicer and you're
Yeah.
like, wait, that's all it costs to go for.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that could be nice.
Yeah.
I've done that once
before.
before on like a JetBlue on like a flight back. They send you an email like, hey, no one's taking these.
Yep.
And it's mad cheap. It's like an extra $100.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I was
and then
like,
you feel like
all right.
a royal king.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god.
And
they
it was a
brought me
7-hour
hot ones.
It was a 7-hour flight too.
Yeah.
So like,
It's, that's
if I
big.
can get my space, if I can take both elbows on an armrest, if I get a meal, a hot towel. I don't care about
Yeah.
the hot towel, but
You're cooking.
I don't know. The
Dude.
hot tail was kind of nice. It made me feel a certain way. I felt fancy as shit when I got the hot tail.
Oh yeah, what'd you do with it?
I just put it over my face.
Rub this gooch for sure.
All right. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I use it as a face towel too.
You should fly if you really want. The only airlines that still do it are the ones that aren't from this country that do it the right way. Like I flew
Bro-
United Arab Emirates. once.
Emirates
was
is
amazing.
nuts. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Icelandic Air was awesome as well. I still have a blanket in my living room. They gave you a nice thick blanket.
That is nice.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
It was long. It was very long. And then I believe I went on Aer Lingus. That
Yeah.
was like the Irish frontier.
You were
Sister
telling me when you
airline
bought
was
that
the
ticket, you
Air
weren't sure it was a real airline. You thought you might be getting scammed. I was like, bro, it's a real airline. I promise.
Well,
There's-
you know,
have
I've
you heard
been
of their
scammed
sister airline?
before. What'd you say, Abe? I can't hear you, dude. What are you saying?
Have you heard of their sister airline?
Who?
Air Lingus. It's Air Ligba.
Okay. He did his best. He's in South Carolina. He's at the away studio. He's
I
not on
knew.
his game, guys. It's fine.
I knew something was coming, dude.
Yeah, I've flown Aeroflot, which is the Russian one, which is very spooky. They've had some go down over the years. Like before it was cool. You know what I mean?
What
And
was the...
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I apologize for interrupting you.
I don't know what the other ones were that I flew across. Maybe Delta. I think I did an international Delta. That was pretty good when we went to France last year.
Mm-hmm. What was the plane that just landed and started rolling not too long ago? Was it Southwest?
Landed and
No,
started rolling.
It
Yeah,
was-
like in
Oh, the
fucking
flipper.
Alaska or
That was
something.
Delta.
Yeah, that was Delta.
That was
Okay.
Delta.
All right. Okay.
But it was one of their sub airlines. It wasn't Delta Direct. It was one of their sister airlines. And that's not a joke this time. That's a real thing.
What's it called, Abe?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it was one of their sister airlines. I know that.
I don't plan on flying for a while.
I'm flying a lot this
understand.
year. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
hear you.
If the podcast, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the show will go on. We'll get Abe on cam. It'll be fine, dude. I had a good run.
The percentage of crashes probably has not gone up. We probably just see more of them. I'm still good.
Yeah.
I'm still chilling.
Yeah. I
Ain't
got a
worried
flight.
about it.
I got a flight a month for basically the rest of the year. And what can you do?
Yeah. Well, am I in the will?
There's some things in here that are yours for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and we're good.
All right.
Fly away, my friend.
Abe, you're not getting shit.
That's fine.
Country
Can I have
club
your
ass.
copy of it? Can I have your copy of It Takes Two so I can send it to my friends?
We got a couple minutes left. I wanna scroll up and look at something that Elad said in chat. I think he was coming at me when I was talking about standing there an hour early, which is fine. No one's there. It's fine. He says, imagine being considerate of others' space and time and not thinking you're the main character. Is he talking shit on me, or is he saying
No, he's
like,
talking about
yeah,
other people
No.
who fucking
Yeah. Yeah, all right, I appreciate that a lot.
No, they all yeah, it's bad. I've watched some crazy shit, and it's like we're all sitting there for so long, and then the bum rush angle just doesn't make any sense when we all already have seats.
Mhm.
And if you have some carry on, right,
Yep.
and they're going to check it for you for free if it doesn't fit, what's the deal, man? Are people really that horny about not getting their bag checked?
Yeah.
But why?
I am one of those people.
I've never had a bag issue checking. I almost always exclusively check my bag and pay for it.
Good. Keep it up, dude. Keep it
I'm
up.
just
They don't want to
saying.
wait.
Let me get
That's all
that
it
over.
is.
They don't want to
Ed.
wait like at the bag pickup thing.
No,
Correct.
not that.
That's usually that's why I don't do it if I can, because I want to just get off the
I mean,
plane and go home.
I don't care.
When I flew the back-to-back days, I just brought a backpack. Obviously, like we're not
Mhm.
juicing for that. But if I'm gone for like 5+ days,
Mhm.
getting everything in a checkable bag is not
Yeah.
easy sometimes.
No, that's fine. You mean getting it in a personal item or carry on?
Like a
Carry-on.
carry on.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's fine. If you're establishing your check-in, check it up. I've checked bags. Most of the time, my personal item and my carry-ons have stuff in them that I don't want people to lose or break.
Yeah, if you're flying with like tech, then I get it. That's
Yeah.
fair. I've never
So-
really been in that position.
Yeah, so I don't like when they check for free. Like, that's very kind. Everyone who wants to check for free,
But you're
check
not
for
taking
free.
this bag and hooking
Fuck
it in the
no.
storage in
Yeah.
the hole, dude.
I've seen how they do it. I
Yeah.
knew a guy that worked at there, and he was like, "Dude, we treat those bags like trash." I'm like, "I've seen it, bro. I've seen you
Yeah,
guys."
you look out
do
the
what
window, you
do."
can see him doing it.
Yeah. So no, I
That's
don't
fair.
do that. And then it pisses me. And then I understand why people bum rush, but don't bum rush. If you want to assert yourself in a position in line, make the sacrifice and stand there for an hour like I do. Yeah, it sucks. Trust me, I'm not happy about it, but something is wrong with my brain and it won't allow me to relax. So I stand there and I plan and I go, someone better not put their fucking carry-on above my seat. Because that is my seat. That's my carry-on right there. If I get to my seat and there's carry-on right there, I'm going to be mad.
I feel like
And
they should give it a number, right? Like you should get a number for your seat and your space.
You
You
should.
want to know what they should do?
A
Wa-
bunch, but you
Want to
go
have
first.
your fucking mind blown? How about
Yeah.
they board the airplane from the back to the front, man?
It's actually not back to the front, but the most efficient. How about they board in the most efficient way? Yes, it's actually not back to
You
front.
don't think it's back to front?
It's not back to front. It's one person from like each eighth of the plane. Send them in at one time, each eighth of the plane, because it takes you time to put up things. So people do get caught up. If you send them in at one person from each chunk of the plane, I forget exactly how it goes, but there was a.
That's
there was a
exactly what I'm
video.
saying, though. If you
not
do,
back to
if you,
front.
how is it not back to front?
It's back. It's back, almost back, middle, almost front at the same time. Send 5 people in at once, all in different sections.
You got to keep them in that order, though. Is what you're
Well,
saying?
they'd have to
gotta be
line up in
order.
that. All right. I mean, I
Correct.
get you.
Yeah.
I got you then. Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm down with that. Send them in like that for sure. But you know,
I don't know if that's any faster though, because with the fifth, like say the fifth, like the front chunk that you're doing,
Yeah.
right? The person who's in the front as the 5th person or whatever before the next set, that person's still
Yeah.
gonna hold up the next set from going.
Look, we can pull up the video right now if you want. I don't know.
I don't know.
exactly the
I'm not
formula.
buying the quarters. I'm saying back to front.
It ain't back to, or whatever.
Just like
All
Slum is always wiped. I think we
What-
send it, bro.
Whatever the most efficient way is, yes, send it.
Front to back is
Also,
stupid.
Front to
Yes.
back. Well,
Front to back is
Yes.
stupid.
as a business, you have to offer some type of priority. So take care of the priority, then do efficient. You know what I'm saying? If people want to pay, let them pay. That's just business.
I think as
People
long
wanna-
as you're guaranteeing like overhead space for like the front half, I don't know. I'd say let them sit. It's
So there
nice. You
isn't
don't have to
enough
like you don't
for-
have to stand for forever. Like that's the benefit. Because you don't have to slum it for an hour, right? Because you just get to chill. You know you're gonna go last. You know you have your spot. Like they guarantee the luggage. Boom.
Oh, bro, if they guaranteed my overhead,
Yeah.
I'd sit there to be the last person to board.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how
I
it
don't,
should be.
I don't care.
The reason they don't is because they don't have enough space and they don't tell
Those are
everyone.
I
fucking
know.
assholes.
And here's
Correct.
what else they should do. You said, you know what they should do? I have one that they should do. If I'm at that gate, right, and I'm the girl that's swiping the
Mhm.
come on forward, swipe the thing, and I see someone with a personal item, and they're carrying a carry-on, then they got this weird other bag, and then another little thing over here,
Mhm.
and then they're pulling this thing. Hold on now.
Well,
Where's all that going?
so if you have a child with you,
Sure.
you get a couple extra
That's fine. You get the stroller, whatever else you need. I
and
get it.
and a extra bag for a breast pump. I
Okay.
learned all this.
Okay.
But yeah, there's definitely people who aren't consolidating their bags and bringing a few extra.
I've seen people that didn't have kids,
I
and
mean,
I'm looking at them and I go, why aren't those people being stopped? I'll tell you what, if that person's suit jacket bag is in my carry-on space, I'm pulling it out. I would never do that.
sometimes they
because
have a
I'm a
nice
lifeguard.
sometimes they have a nice closet juicer. Some of them have a nice little closet juice.
Yeah,
Weird.
in the front. In the
Yeah.
front, yeah.
What spot is the best? If you're gonna
Aisle.
upgrade a seat, not to first class or anything like that, but if you're gonna upgrade a seat, what seat is it?
It's rows. But in the next like non first class, it's the second to the 6th row in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because it's usually like the preferred with a little bit more room, comfier seats. The
Yeah.
front one doesn't have anything in front of you, and you're not allowed to leave like your backpack on the ground
Nope.
there, right? So
Yep.
you got to be able to backpack underneath, so you have access
Yep.
to your shit without having to put it up. A
Mhm.
lot of times, like if they have the seat back juicers, those aren't on the front either, so
Nope.
you
They
lose
come out of
that.
they come out of the armrest.
Sometimes they have a little armrest juicer. Not always
Yeah.
though. Sometimes you're just fucked. And yeah, I think that's ideal. And I'm also a window guy. I don't ever have to get up and pee.
Mhm.
Put me in the corner, and then I just can sit there the whole time. I'm not
Yeah,
bothered by
Very
anybody.
nice.
aisle. I like the
That's
aisle
nice,
so I
too.
can leak out a little bit. You know, I can leak out when they're not doing
Yep.
the
Hey,
cart.
how
Out a
many
little
times you
bit.
catch an elbow or a foot with
Oh,
the
God.
cart?
You know, it's part of the game. You know, sometimes you catch an elbow, but
Part of the game. You're right. You know what else? You know what you need to do to make it less awkward for the people you're sitting with, Abe? You
Yeah.
need to. You don't need to, but this is what I do. I sit down, and when they're both and they both sit down, and we're all active and still awake, I go, guys, just in case I fall asleep, trust me, just wake me up if you gotta
yeah.
get up and move. Do
That's-
not
you
worry. I
always
don't
tell
care
them that
what
as a
type of slumber
courtesy,
I'm
yeah.
in.
That's nice.
Shake me, you gotta go. Don't worry. I let
Yep.
them know because I've been in the window and I'm like, I gotta fucking pee, and this guy's sleeping. What do I do? I don't
just
ever
tell
want
him, "Give me
anyone
a
to be
tap."
like, yep.
give me a tap.
No,
Hey.
I'm getting called out in chat because I do get up and pee a lot during stream. But
Yeah.
I'm not. I purposely don't hydrate the same way before travel that I typically would while I'm here in the studio, 10 feet away from the pisser. You know what I mean? No big
Yeah.
deal, no harm, no foul. And for
Yeah.
the people that complain, we have nice commercials. So I don't know why I get so much shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never like less than 5 times in my life have I peed on an airplane.
Dude, I shit on the airplane every time.
That
Oh, dude,
is
that's so
crazy.
wild. I hate that.
What did you just say? There's no way you're gonna drop that bomb on us and we have to end. That's the cliffhanger that we're gonna get. That's insane. I'm gonna be laying awake at night thinking about that now. That's crazy.
Oh God. Well, all
I'm
right.
on brand, I guess. I don't know. Wow.
You know what's been exciting though in your life? I've been watching you play some DayZ, and
Yeah.
it's freaking awesome. Tell me about it,
Mm.
dude. What else you doing?
Bro, it's been fun. We've been having a good time. There's a lot of fun modded maps out there that make the DayZ experience fun again. Has nothing to do with Bohemia and their inability to make a fun game. The modders, shout out the modders. They're killing it. So I've been playing Hashima, that's a new map, Silly Island, and also Deadfall. All 3 of those mod experiences, super fun, highly recommend. DZSA launcher, use that to find them, connect, make sure you download the mods that are necessary and make it super streamlined. So that's the shout. Tomorrow I'm diving in again with Trey. We're gonna try and make the passage on Deadfall and go to the other side and try and beat the game, so to speak, on that map. It's pretty difficult. We'll see if we can make it. Twitch.tv/Markstrom. Come through.
That's gonna be exciting, dude. Abe, how about you, bro?
I gotta tell you that the gameplay's been fun with that. It's so much better than that last map that you tested on that, where it was just you were freezing to death every 30
The
minutes.
Molsk. You know who made the Molsk?
Who?
Bohemia.
Well, there you go. That was terrible. This is much better. Also, I will say, in addition to being there and watching and moderating, I have that new I have the new PGA game, and you can start communities and do community tournaments. Anybody in Markstrom's community, if you'd like to set something like that up, or you'd like me to, or somebody to, let's talk about it in the Discord. Maybe we can get some Markstrom community golf going. That would be kinda
I would say also consider crossing over with the DNE. I'm guaranteed that there may already be one.
Up.
Yeah.
Set
And
it
there's Doodles' communities doing all this too.
Yeah,
and they're
nice.
huge.
That's-
But I would love to set that up. So hit me up in the Discord or something. Maybe we could set
Set
that
it up. I'm telling you right
Uh,
now. Set it
You
up.
can find all of that action over at twitch.tv/Markstrom.
Set it up. Yes, please do set it up. I'm gonna be watching more Markstrom. I'm gonna be playing some of that golf, so please do set it up.
Okay.
Ain't much to it but to do it. What I'm gonna say first off, the people in chat, give me a 1-1 if you're subscribed. And if I see a 2-2 in there, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. We have this show almost every week, and we have a great time doing it. So would you kindly hit subscribe for me, and then also share this channel with everyone. Share with your mom, your dad, your friends, your auntie, your uncle, the fish in the fish bowl, the dog on the couch, but also share it in all the DMs, dude, in Discord. I know you guys are talking to a bunch of people. It really does help. We have a great time doing this show, and we want to share it with as many people as we can. So, I really do appreciate you guys. It was a nice active chat this time. I had a wonderful show. Without further ado, this has been... one more thing. Sorry for rushing, guys. We do this show every week unless Markstrom has a baby or Abe goes on vacation. And this was a wonderful show. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another wonderful, successful episode of the Plug Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.